All right, let's get into it. If you're a developer, I bet you've thought about building a real-time chat app. I mean, it's a classic project, almost a rite of passage. But here's the thing. What looks like a simple goal on the surface, well, it hides some really deep and, honestly, fascinating architectural traps.
And why not, right? The idea of instant communication is it's everywhere. We see it in all our social media, our work tools. Building one feels like you're tapping right into the pulse of the modern web. Plus, you get something tangible, something you can actually see working in real time.
So you start Googling, and pretty much every single tutorial points you in the same direction, Redis and its Pub Sub feature. And at first glance, it seems absolutely perfect. It's super fast, it's part of a tool a lot of us already know and love, and the whole concept is just beautifully simple. You publish your message to a channel, and boom, anyone subscribed gets it instantly. Problem solved, right?
Yeah, well, this is where our story really kicks off. Those simple tutorials, the ones that get you a Hello World chat app running in 20 minutes, they leave out all the hard parts, the parts that can turn a fun little weekend project into an absolute production-grade nightmare. So today, we're going to peel back the layers on PubSub and find out what's really going on under the hood.
First things first, let's just make sure we're all on the same page. The core idea behind PubSub is actually pretty clever. It's all about decoupling, or separating, the person sending a message from the person receiving it. So here's the key takeaway. Publishers have no idea who's listening. They basically just shout their message into a named channel, what we call a topic. And on the flip side, subscribers don't need to know who's sending the message. They just tune into the topics they care about. It's this asynchronous model that makes everything so flexible.
And check this out. This visual really nails it. You see the producers down at the bottom just firing messages into that central pub subsystem? There are no direct lines connecting them to the consumers at the top. Everything flows through these abstract topics, which you can just think of as message feeds.
And this table here breaks down all the moving parts perfectly. You've got your publisher, your subscriber, the topic they use to communicate, and of course, the message itself. But the real magic is the broker. In our case, that's the Redis server, acting as the central traffic cop, making sure messages get from the right publishers to the right subscribers. It seems so simple, clean, and efficient. And this is the first and maybe the most critical question that those simple tutorials just seem to gloss over. What happens if your user closes their laptop or their phone loses its connection for just a second? Does that message just disappear into the void forever?
And that one question, man, it blows the whole thing wide open. It leads us to the first major crack in the foundation of this seemingly perfect solution. The very nature of Redis Pub Sub is that it's temporary, and it makes almost zero guarantees that your message will ever be delivered. The technical term for this is at most once delivery, but I think fire and forget is way more descriptive. A publisher fires off a message, and the Redis broker hands it off to whoever happens to be connected at that exact moment. And after that, the message is gone. Poof, vanished. It's never saved to disk, never stored for later.
And this is where that fire and forget approach becomes a massive problem. I mean, this slide lays it out perfectly. Messages aren't persistent. If a subscriber is offline for even a millisecond, that message is lost to them forever. There's no, hey, did you get this? Acknowledgement system. For a chat app where you absolutely need a history, or really any app where every single message matters, this is a total deal breaker. Okay, so maybe for some apps, you could live with a little message loss. But what happens when your app actually gets popular? This is where that simple, elegant model starts to unravel and turn into a complete and utter scaling nightmare.
See, a single Redis server can only do so much, so pretty soon you have to scale out horizontally. And that means using Redis cluster. And trust me, that's not just flipping a switch in a config file. It's a whole new universe of complexity. All of a sudden, you're responsible for managing failovers, preventing split brain, which is a nightmare where parts of your cluster disagree on reality, and handling network issues. And what if you have users around the world? Forget it. The lag from sending messages across oceans is a killer. Now you need a geo-distributed cluster, and the complexity just goes through the roof.
So the real-world problems of volatility and scaling are bad enough. But what if the problem is actually deeper? What if the pub submodel itself, at least how it's usually implemented, is just fundamentally the wrong tool for building truly robust systems?
Now listen to this quote from a recent ACM paper, because it gets right to the heart of the matter. The argument here is that pub subsystems make one critical mistake. They smash together a messaging system and a storage system into one big black box.
And by doing that, they actually end up making both of them worse. The storage is flimsy and limited, and the messaging guarantees aren't nearly as solid as they appear.
And this leads to a violation of a really core concept in distributed systems called the end-to-end principle. Basically, what it means is that any promises a system in the middle makes, like, say, guaranteeing message order inside the pub sub broker, often don't translate into real, meaningful correctness for your actual application. At the end of the day, your app still has to do all the heavy lifting to make sure things are consistent.
And this diagram here shows a perfect real-world failure. Let's say we're using pub sub to keep a cache up to date. Okay, so walk through this with me. A piece of data is moved to a new server. That new server goes and fetches the data, let's call it version 1. But then the data gets updated to version 2. The system is told to invalidate the cache, but, and here's the killer, it sends the invalidation message to the old server. The new server never gets the message. It's now stuck serving old stale data, maybe forever. The guarantee inside the pub sub system was totally useless, end to end.
So if bundling messaging and storage together is the root of all evil here, what's the solution? Well, the answer being proposed by researchers is actually simple and really powerful. Unbundle them. Let your storage system be a real, grown-up storage system, and then build a smarter notification layer right on top of it.
And this new model is often called a watch API. Instead of subscribing to some temporary message topic, your services watch the actual source of truth, the durable database. And here's the absolute key difference. This API is designed from the ground up to be robust. It even includes signals that can tell a consumer, hey, you've fallen way too far behind, you might have missed something, you need to resync yourself.
This comparison just makes the benefits crystal clear. Look at this. With pub sub, storage is this hidden, flimsy thing. In the unbundled model, it's an explicit, full-featured database that you choose. The guarantees are now end-to-end, tied to the actual source of truth, which is what really matters. And check out recovery. We go from these manual, error-prone processes to built-in automatic catch-up signals. That's just a massive leap forward in reliability.
And this, right here, is the superpower of the watch model. Because a consumer is watching the real source of data and getting these progress updates, it can build what's called a knowledge region. It knows for a fact that it has a complete and consistent snapshot of the data for a specific range up to a specific version. This allows it to serve consistent reads and make decisions with confidence, something that's just incredibly difficult with the old pub sub model. So what's the big takeaway from all this? Look, Redis Pub Sub was an amazing tool. It got us started, it showed us the power of real time. But as our systems have gotten way more complex and our need for reliability has shot through the roof, its foundational cracks are really starting to show. This new unbundled model, an explicit database with a smartwatch API on top, it seems to solve the deepest problems of volatility, scalability, and correctness. It might just be the architectural pattern that defines the next generation of truly robust real-time applications. What do you think?